Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of AI Dungeon. Last time we did zombie stuff. This time we're going to do just some random things. My life is not going super well, and I needed something to distract myself, and doing the Cataclysm prompts and everything just didn't seem ideal. So we're going to go with the custom prompt. And there's been a lot of news about the president and all the politics stuff that's going on. So I thought we could just play as a Secret Service agent who is defending the president during a terrorist attack. So you are a Secret Service agent. We are on the more advanced AI, by the way. I did purchase the middle tier membership, which gives me access to the Dragon AI, which is the advanced AI. It's 10 times more powerful, allegedly, than the previous, so hopefully that will amount to good stuff. We are a Secret Service agent. You are tasked with protecting the most important man in the free world. I don't know if that's actually true, but people talk about the president like he's, the most important human being on the face of the planet, which I don't really think is the case. But you are at the White House. The president named, what should we name the president? Tom Hanks. The president, named Tom Hanks, is meeting with a tour group of middle school children, accompanied by their teacher. Although it has been a slow day, the life of a Secret Service agent is a challenging and exciting one. Oh, so there we go. That's our intro prompt. I am uploading some videos to YouTube in the background, so this may be a little bit slower than usual. President's motorcade. No, I just said we're in the White House. Let's try again. Nope, let's try again. As you approach the front door, sure, you hear a loud noise outside. Sounds like an explosion. So just right into it. I thought we would meet with the children and we would talk with the president, but okay, explosions. Okay, you grab the president immediately, shielding him with your body. The sounds of the explosions echo against the building, ringing in your ears. As your hearing returns, you hear screaming children, because there are going to be screaming children, and stop using the word immediately, and see men rushing to investigate. You draw your sidearm. You gotta imagine Secret Service always have a weapon on them. You draw your sidearm and shove Tom Hanks towards the entrance of the White House. How about that? I have no idea about Secret Service. Dude, I just started. I have no idea about Secret Service. I don't know. Do they wear body armor? I don't know the layout of the White House. I'm not going to Google these things. I don't want to be on an FBI watch list or anything. So we're just going to kind of figure that out for ourselves. I also don't think this will be a very long episode. I should have said that at the top. Who did this? You demand angrily. What the hell happened? What do we do now? Okay. You rush the president into the building while looking for your fellow agents, I guess, officers, agents. What would you do in this situation? You would rush him. There's a bunker in the White House. I don't know where it is or really what it's called, but you got to imagine that there's a really secure bunker in the White House. You know that you have to there is one. What is it called? You have to get the president to my brain says Antioch, but I think that's a city from the Bible. Is it the Peoc or something like that? Presidential. I don't know. There's definitely a bunker of some sort in the White House. You have to get the president to the bunker. Fellow agents rush around you, many towards the armory. Is there an armory in the White House? Surely there is. To take arms against the attack. You hear chittering gunfire from outside, and as you look back, you see a mass of armed men rushing across the green. I don't know what you would call that. The grass, the yard. I've never been to the White House. You know, I don't. I remember going to D.C. as a kid when we lived relatively close. We did take some field trips to D.C., but I never actually went to the White House. I never actually got to see anything presidential. It's actually not that far away from where I live now. I'm sure if I drove for probably just a couple hours, I could be at the White House. You hear chittering. They are not wearing uniforms, but they are carrying a red flag and shouting in a foreign language. I was actually going to avoid making them foreign because I think that that's a sensitive issue. I was going to make them just like generic white dudes from America because, like, domestic, no one likes to talk about it, but domestic terrorism is actually a much greater threat than terrorism from outside of the country. So they have a red flag and they're in a foreign language. Who has a red flag? I don't know flags. I don't care. I guess let's not pick a specific country. Terrorists! You hear someone shout. Terrorists have attacked us. The president stumbles beneath you, and you quickly lift him back to his feet. The two of you continue rushing, I don't know, out of the hallway as gunfire erupts from the front of the building. You glance over your shoulder and see several agents go down with gunshot wounds. Although your men are returning fire, the numbers of the terrorists are too great. So we'll just keep rushing towards the bunker, and we gotta protect the president. Even if that means us dying, we have to do it. You and the president reach the elevator, get in, and press a button. More gunfire rings out behind you as you ascend out of the line of fire. I feel like I don't know where a bunker would be, but you would think it would be down. So let's change that to descend. Actually, I don't love the idea of the elevator at all. How about we change that? No, that's the wrong line. So instead of getting in the elevator, we're going to take the stairs. So you and the president reach the elevator, but as you try to enter, you find that the power is out, which seems absurd. Surely the White House would have lots of backups. Oh, you know that the White House has backup. I guess White House is all capital. Is it White House? No, it would just be the White House. Right? The White House has backup generators. Something terrible must have happened for there to be no power. Okay. I did get someone leave me a comment saying, oh, it's so nice to watch someone play AI Dungeon who knows how to write, like who knows, like has a basic grasp on the English language. Please do not judge me by my AI writing. This is, I don't want to go into it too much, but there are mainly two aspects to writing. There is meta writing, which is stuff like character development, plot development, overarching story threads and things that kind of exist throughout the entirety of your story. And then there's like the micro aspect, which is like the line by line quality of your writing. And there's plenty of overlap between those two things, but I'm much better at character development and plot development and telling an engaging story. I'm much better at that than I am at line by line writing. Most of the time, line by line, my writing is terrible. Like, I'm actually not a very good writer. I'm realizing that more and more as I'm getting older. And especially with AI Dungeon, because everything's in the second person. No one writes in second person for like a novel or whatever. And it's just kind of weird. So don't judge me too much on that sort of thing. You don't have time to wait for the power to return. So you begin shoving the president towards the stairs. They're farther, I don't know, down the hall. And you will have to cross the open, I don't know, firing line. It's terrible. Open firing line to get him there. Tom Hanks, the president, just in case the AI Dungeon doesn't remember, cowers from the gunfire, and you see that he's soiled himself. Sorry, Tom Hanks. You don't really strike me as the kind of guy who would poop himself when he's being shot at, but, you know, we have an opportunity to tear down the president of the United States. We might as well. You need to act now, Mr. President, you cry out. We need to get you to the bunker. You take a step towards the door and then feel a sharp pain in your back. Okay, you go down from the gunshot injury. And again, I don't know if they wear body armor. I actually don't think Secret Service do wear body armor at all times. And here we are in a situation where we were returning to the White House. If we had been wearing body armor outside of that location, it makes sense that we would still be wearing it. But it does seem a bit unlikely that we would. But then again, if we get our back blown off, we're probably not going to be able to rescue the president. So you go down from the gunshot injury, but recognize the pain as an impact wound rather than, I don't know how you would phrase this, a penetrative wound. The bullet, let's just skip that. The bullet was stopped by your body armor. You're quick to get back on your feet, but a terrorist has broken into the area and raises a, I don't know, assault rifle to his shoulder. We really can't let the AI generate or it'll probably kill the president, I think. So you snap your sidearm up and fire blindly, the rounds striking the man in his chest and neck. How about that? I'm afraid if we gave the AI too much power, it would kill the president or kill us. I think I type too much as well. I think AI Dungeon does better when you only give it a line or two, but I keep getting these tips where it's like, it's okay to use really long, complex sentences, and I've been really doing a lot of that. So, round striking the man in the chest and neck, you don't wait to see the man fall. Instead, you grab the president and pull him towards the stairwell. You begin pulling him down the stairs. So this is really good as well because AI Dungeon is actually remembering stuff that the free version would have forgotten. So, for instance, it remembered that we want him to go to a bunker, and that was several lines back. It also remembers that we want him to go to the stairwell, and it's been keeping in mind that there are terrorists coming, which is something that I think in the free version it would have been a lot more random and a lot more forgetful. So we begin pulling him down the stairs. I really would have liked to have retrieved the assault rifle from the corpse, but that's okay. Makes sense. We're rushing. How about as you descend? See, and here's an interesting question. So we're a Secret Service agent. Our duty is to protect the President of the United States. And that means laying down our life if it comes up. So the question is, do I keep my body armor? Because I'm assuming I'm just wearing a vest, not like full-on body armor. But let's say I'm wearing a vest. Do I take that off and give it to the president to protect him from stray rounds? Or do I keep it on myself so that I'm better capable of defending him? And I think the answer is you give it to the hostage. In general, you never fight with a hostage around. Just because, I mean, not that I know, I'm just some guy who reads a lot of fiction and plays video games, but you never have a gunfight with a civilian around because the odds of them catching a stray bullet are really high. So as you descend, you remove your bulletproof jacket, letting your suit coat, I don't know, do they wear suits, fall to the floor. You drape the vest over the president to protect him and say, "Sir, I'll lay down my life for my country." I don't know. So noble. So noble. Also have to capitalize that or it's really going to bother me. So capitalize that. I don't know if he'll say anything back, but we are ready to die for this man. For Tom Hanks, who has pooped himself. I mean, would you not lay down your life for him? I know you will, the president says. I wish I should have picked someone that I can do an impression of. I have no idea what Tom Hanks, I couldn't do that. He's just a normal dude. And then he adds, but I hope that isn't necessary. You continue guiding him towards the bunker. At the base of the stairs, you see corpses of staffers as well as a pair of agents. So we'll say there's already people infiltrated the basement somehow. You still have your pistol, but you really wish you had a proper weapon. I mean, not that a pistol isn't a proper weapon, but a rifle or submachine gun, really anything. putting yourself between the president and the bottom of the stairs, you peek to see if there are any hostiles waiting for you. How about that? I debated as well editing this down. You know, I know the keyboard clicking can annoy some people, but I really think that if I did that, I would have to edit. I would basically have to put like 70 or 80 cuts in every episode, and that's just not feasible for me. You don't see any, so you rush down the short hallway to the outside entrance of the bunker. The door to the bunker is not armored like the inside one, and you find that it is locked. I don't know. How would they arm? How would you get in something like this? Let's go to say, Mr. President, you'll have to scan your retinas and give voice confirmation for the bunker door to open. I don't know. How do you secure something like that? Presumably it's bound to the president in like a variety of ways. I guess retina scanners are a thing. Retinal scanners are a thing. President does, as you say, and the door to the bunker opens. Come on, you say inside. You help the president inside and then enter yourself. Would we though? Okay. The bunker is one of the most secure locations in the country and can withstand, I don't know, a nuclear blast because it's that powerful. From here, the president can reach out to any government, any agency, and continue to govern. That's not the right word. Rule is not the right word either. He's a president. You don't really rule as a president per se. I guess govern, although that of course evokes memories of the governor. From here, the president can reach out to any government, any agency, and continue to lead the United States. There are many staffers already in the bunker, including many, what are they called? I've completely blanked. Agents, Secret Service. Many Secret Service personnel that are heavily armed. You know that your duty was to get the man here, but now you have to go back and try to help, I don't know, the rest of your men. One of the agents hands you an assault rifle and several clips, several magazines. I don't like the word clip. And you shut the bunker door as you exit. So he is in the bunker. The bunker is secured. He is safely inside with members of his staff as well as, you know, heavily armed Secret Service agents. We've completed our mission. It took us 18 minutes, and I know I spent a lot of that wasting time. I really thought that this would take us a lot longer to get him to the bunker, and we would do a lot of like terrorist shooting stuff. Okay, back to work, you say as you rush down the hallway. You sprint back to the main floor and find that your men have pushed the terrorists back and killed them all. Oh, AI Dungeon, you just sucked all the fun. Let's undo that. Back to work, you say. Let's not immediately win without any actual effort. I don't know. Let's add another person. You come across, standing in the hallway. Weapon at the ready is a young policewoman that, I don't know, had happened to be on the grounds that day. We don't need to give her a backstory. She's armed solely. No, she's armed herself from the corpses of the terrorists and nods at you as you approach. Is the president safe? She asks. So we just add a random young lady who's going to help us murder a bunch of terrorists. Yes, he's in the bunker, you say. We need to secure the area and then get the rest of the detail in here. So what do we do? Okay, fight together with the policewoman. You rush back up the stairs. Though you encounter resistance, you find yourselves shooting up the stairwell as the terrorists fire down. I don't know. I'm kind of losing the thread. Maybe we should just call it here. Let's see what we get. You hide behind the banister as you try to make your way up. The terrorists are retreating, but you don't want to give them time to regroup and start pushing down from the top again. You charge. The policewoman beside you. You both fire your weapons at the retreating terrorists, and though you can't confirm any kills, you're sure that you wounded some of them. Sometimes I type too fast for my fingers to keep up. Maybe we should have given her a backstory. This is kind of a random other character we could have made her somebody cool. You rush up the stairs and are shocked to find one of your men lying against the wall in a puddle of blood. He's missing his right arm, and he's struggling to stay conscious. Retreat. I don't know who's saying that, so let's just get rid of the retreat. Okay. The policewoman immediately falls beside the man, checking his vitals and applying a tourniquet. I don't know. Why would she have a tourniquet? Doesn't matter. Applying a tourniquet. You don't stop. Instead, moving into the doorway to cover them. Yeah, we'll cover them. Yeah, I thought this would all be about getting the president to the bunker, and then it just sort of happened a little too quickly. You shout down to the other agents, the rest of the police, to enter the house. I'm a little confused by that. Let's try again. You hear the man gasp, "They're all dead," before you see a wounded terrorist at the top of the stairs. He's heavily bleeding and struggling to stay conscious. I mean, I thought we were at the top of the stairs. Okay. We're losing the thread. How about this? Another explosion rings out, sending dust. No. Another explosion rings out, deafening, loud. How do you spell deafening? Deafening. Oh my God, fingers. Deafening. Deafeningly loud. No, deafening and louder than anything you've ever heard before. You feel the ground shake, the building rocking. I don't know. You feel the building around you as it begins. I mean, I've never been in an explosion. What is an explosion? Feel the building, just go generic. You feel the building around you quake, and suddenly it's all collapsing on top of you. There's a fraction of a second where you realize that you will, in fact, give your life for your country, but you'd accomplished what you had set out to do, which was get the president safely in the bunker. The last thing you hear is not screaming, is not the explosion. The last thing you hear as the concrete and other building materials collapse on top of you is the sound of your own bones breaking. Oh, so we're dead. How about that? The AI doesn't know what to do. Yeah, I mean, I've been crushed to death, so that makes sense. Again, internet, a little short, I know, but the point was, I haven't really been recording lately. I've been feeling really, really crappy. My life just is so miserable all the time, and I thought, how do you distract yourself? Well, you engage with fantasy, right? People do it all the time. People read a book, people watch television, movies, all those things to escape reality. AI Dungeon is, kind of like reading a book or playing a game, So I thought it would make me feel better. And it kind of did. I had fun doing this. So we might do a little bit more random AI Dungeon stuff in the future. But for now, God bless this man. He saved, President Tom Hanks, who, probably the Secret Service are going to wonder why he pooped himself. But, they'll spin that. They won't put that out on the news. It'll be fine. And, Whitehouse has been destroyed. Secret Service men and women have been killed in a terrorist attack. I don't know. This just popped in my head. I thought would be a fun thing to do. Hopefully everyone liked it. Let's just end it. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed this, despite it being relatively short. I'll be back probably with more AI Dungeon in the future, but for now that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.